Hallo, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khush aamdeed, ji ayanu, goedemorgen, bakhair ragle ishbata.
Tuna Shumme, Washmale, Ohio, Gonzalez, Guten Morgen, Hola, Boyor, Privyet, Kaifahal, Hale Shumachatore, Ahlan Masal Maraba, Buna, Mucho, Gracias, Swabia, Bhalli Kareaya. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into PT World. You watching World this morning, special transmission on the second day of Eid. Hence, a very happy
Happy
Eid
Eid Mubarak.
Mubarak to everybody who's tuned into PT World as well. And even if you're not tuned, ladies and gentlemen, a very happy Eid Mubarak. We hope and pray that everybody out there is celebrating, is enjoying the festivity of this Semiyon Wali Eid, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
meaty, meaty.
But other than that, I believe that everybody over here within the studios with us, everybody who are actually glued to their television screens, and everybody who never got a chance to kind of turn on their television. A very happy Eid Mubarak once again, ladies and gentlemen. And today I'm ecstatic, I'm full of energy, I'm excited. And let me ask my co-host, wonderful co-host, who looks very pretty today.
Thank you,
Because
you
on
too.
Eid, ladies and gentlemen, this is what women do. So, hello Shiza, assalamu alaikum once again.
Walaikum salam. And not just on Eid, I think women like to look pretty every day.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, it was on the 8th of this month that a proper lockdown was imposed, which is why I really want to take this moment to, first of all, thank, you already did mention though,
Yeah.
each and every single one of our team members and each and every single person present in the studio over here, behind the cameras, behind the sound system, because it's not a one-man show, or in our case, a two-man show as well.
Yeah.
There are so many people related to this too. So we really hope you're staying home while you're watching us, staying safe, because it's me and Shazad. We're bringing you the happiness on your screens, so stay tuned. Get your plates of, brilliant nashta as well, because for the past month we haven't been having breakfast, right?
Exactly, which is why, Shizad, this is something which I wanted to ask, and this is something with which I wanted to start my conversation. That is that obviously in every household, on Eid, there's a particular menu that, okay, we're going to make this, we're going to cook this, and, these guests are going to come over at this time. So there's an entire schedule. So what did you do at your place? And then you can ask me about mine as well. So go ahead. The menu at your place. Well, because then, since we are neighbors, I'm going to actually decide whether I'm going to come over for semia
Okay.
or biryani or something sweet or something sour. So let's get that sorted. What am I eating in the evening?
I'll let you know. So here's the thing. I'll be very honest over here, I did miss my parents' house menu this time around Eid, of course, because
Yeah.
for 25 years of my life, I was glued to that menu, and now I have to change it. But it's all fun and games.
Yeah.
A lot of sweet things, among which I made one Oreo dish. I want to say
Oreo dish,
that is one I
okay.
always
I
do.
like
So
that,
yeah, that's
So what,
it.
is it just Oreos in the dish, or is there something else, any other ingredient other than
There are
Oreos?
so many things in it, but I think the main ingredient or the core ingredient is Oreo. So
Okay.
let's give it a name, because I never gave it a name.
Yeah, so
Maybe
what other
it's
ingredients are
the
in there?
well, there's condensed milk, there's cream, there's crushed cookies, whatnot, other than Oreo as well. So I think let's do the most Pakistani thing ever. It's called Oreo Delight.
Oreo Delight. Wow, that's wonderful. But obviously, there's not one, right? You might have cooked something else other than
I mean, I did help in
Oreo
so many
Delight.
other things, but this wasn't entirely my thing, you know what I mean? I was frying things that were already made, so does that count?
Well, yeah, obviously, that does count as well. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that, what Shiza actually told us, there's a very amazing message in it as well.
Okay.
That she actually did one of the dishes by herself, which is great. But other than that, that means that, she actually had help at home.
Yeah.
And may,
No.
even if you, okay, so, I think that I shouldn't be giving this message out if you said no. So why no?
Well, I did like helping people,
Okay.
and helping each other does make it all fun as well.
Yeah.
I think that is the message over here, which makes me ask you, because I know this is a tradition. You have a big family, mashallah. You all get
Yeah,
together
alhamdulillah, yeah.
every other occasion as well.
Yeah.
How was it was it chaotic first of all, because now the family is bigger?
Yeah, it's not really chaotic. I mean, that's the wrong use of the word as well. That too on Eid.
Okay, positive chaotic.
Yeah. But other than that, I believe that, Alhamdulillah, we are blessed with a lot of members in the family as well, and may they stay healthy. And everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, we pray the same for you as well. So for us, it was very different, getting up, getting ready. In fact, what I do is that I do not get ready before Eid namaz. So I take my shower, I take whatever clothes there are, because otherwise, you're going to ruin the iron as well. So what I did was that I went for namaz with my father, alhamdulillah. Thank God, this time around I was up on time. And then once we got back, obviously, my brother-in-law and my sister who lives right next to our house as well. they came over, and then a bit of vermicelli, a bit of mithai, and whatever you can probably put in. And you know, everybody is just so happy of the fact that it's not that they're not fasting. So kind of, you know, they want this feeling to have been
But
kind
yeah.
of munching or eating after every single minute or 2 minutes. So anybody who's coming in, anybody who's coming out or going out, you know, they're going to eat something. You know, you will see their mouthfuls. And then after that, obviously, there's a bit of relaxation. Everybody gets ready. Then, since my father happens to be the eldest in their family, so we actually have to go to his pupos.
Oh,
Then we have to go to
mashallah.
my pupos. Then we have to go to my mamus, and then we have to go to his chachis.
But were you guys doing that all in the coronavirus pandemic
Obviously, you
as
know,
well?
that's the only thing which we get to do, because, you know, there were no restaurants open, and, you know, there was no other places. But since he's the elder, so he actually has to go. And the only reason why I kind of linger on is that so that I can get more and more Eidi, you know, even though,
Do you
know,
still get it?
yeah, I still get
That's
it,
unfair.
man.
That
I
is
just
totally
kind of, I just kind of get hold to their, you know, I just get hold of the people, and then I'm like, hey, you know what, until and unless you're not going to give me Eidi, I'm not leaving your place. So even if it's 100 or a 50 or 2,000 or 5,000, I'm getting it all. You know, I don't leave money, man. I just catch it.
I
Catch
think
it.
that is absolutely brilliant. And for a lot of people, this is the favorite part of this Eid as well. But Shazad, don't you feel like it has happened to me? It has happened to a lot of people I've spoken to.
Yeah.
Because of the routine we have for 30-ish days for the entire month.
Yeah.
On Eid, I mean, when you're about to eat something, you do get a second thought. Maybe you're fasting, maybe you're about to break your fast before you're eating as well. It does happen to me. I'm pretty sure it happens to other people as well.
Well, I mean, this does not certainly happen to me, but it
Okay.
might happen to other people. But there's one confession I'll make today,
Okay.
and I believe that I've not confessed it on television. I've confessed it in front of my brothers and sisters, and that is that when I was little, when I was young, I actually used to think that if I'm going to burp, you know, I'm going to break my fast.
Oh.
So that's a little confession that I actually had to
Well,
make
you
as
had
well.
to ask people about it, Shazad.
Yeah.
But yes, it's all on a lighter note. We really hope your day will be going great, because right now we shall be introducing our very amazing panel of guests over here. And with them, Shazad, what do we have planned actually?
All right, we actually are going to play some games. We're going to make sure that we, you know, kind of lift their mood. We kind of listen to their stories. We kind of listen to what they cherish the most. You know, their most cherishable memory of Eid as well, and you know what they really used to do. Yeah, you want to add? Please go on.
Well, it's going to be a closing note, though, if you want to continue.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely talk about that. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we're not. Thank God that finally we actually have a day where we're not going to introduce guests. As
As
in
per
what
their
they do
profession.
professionally.
Yes.
So it's just the names today, and we are lucky that they have actually taken out time, and they always take out time for whenever we invite them. So this is a blessing in disguise too. And yeah, so we kind of wanted to thank them as well, their families. And yes, yeah, you want to say something
Yes,
again?
Shazad, I think we have to mention one thing over here.
Yeah.
Like I already said, that we loved sharing our mornings, and especially this one, sharing our happiness and festivities with you.
Yeah.
There must be a lot of families out there who unfortunately are not going to celebrate Eid this year.
already
That is,
talked
of
about
course.
that, yes.
Yeah, so first of all, a moment of silence for all of them. May Allah give you sabr and patience to steer through whatever you are going through. And the only purpose of us all getting together here, dressing up and, you know, having fun, is to share our happiness with you. Keep that in mind, please.
Exactly.
So while sitting at your home, even if you're not celebrating Eid, I hope you enjoy with us.
Exactly, and not just all of those people, ladies and gentlemen, who actually kind of lost their loved ones during pandemic, but even all of those people, all of those families who have actually lost their sons, probably in a battleground as well, or you know, probably somewhere else where, you know, they kind of had to be in the line of duty. So, ladies and gentlemen, please consider us your sons and daughters, and we are here to cherish. We are here to kind of make sure that you're going to have a great day. So stay tuned. And without any further ado, we'll be
Let's do it.
introducing our guest as well. So ladies and gentlemen, first up, today she actually happens to be, she in fact is a mother, but she never actually came to our show as a mother as well. So today she's a mother, ladies and gentlemen, and she is Miss Shafia Rafiq. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak.
Walaikum assalam, and I salute your energies.
So ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, without any further ado, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by a little angel who happens to be Zirik. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak. How are you?
Fine. Walaikum assalam. Khair Mubarak.
Thank you very much for
You look
joining us.
lovely.
You look lovely. Your shoes, your dress, everything's just superb. And there's one more question which I need to ask, but after I'm done introducing other guests as well,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. alongside Zirek, we actually happen to have been joined by somebody who I don't know whether he fits in an Eid program or not, but but to be honest,
Why?
when men like us, when we grow up, we really do not care whether it's Eid, whether it's Badi Eid, Choti Eid, whether it's any festivity. We are like, hey, you know what? Just wake us up and let us know what are we supposed to do. So we are very
Are we
lucky
supposed to go get
that-
dahi or not?
Yeah, that we are actually joined by one of those family members who's actually supposed to get dahi or beta guest aa gaye bhag ke kuch le aao. So he's the
Bottle
one
le
who's
aao.
actually running the entire day. Ladies and gentlemen, he happens to be a fabulous musician and he is Mr. Junaid Iqbal. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Eid
Waalaikum.
Mubarak. How are you?
ईद मुबारक खैर मुबारक आप दोनों को भी
Thank you very much for
Mubarak.
joining us. It's wonderful to have you. How do you feel today?
I feel good
Yeah,
apart
no-
from sleepy
No shalwar kameez?
Ah.
Yeah. See, that's
I think you're staying true to the essence of it because a lot of people now, people your age or even younger, they don't actually go about the true spirit of Eid in terms of dressing up and not.
Yeah.
So I think you are staying true to the spirit as well, which is totally fine. You look good, mashallah.
Which is why I actually, told everybody out there that, that before Eid namaz, I do not get dressed up. I do take a shower, but I don't get dressed up. All right? Yeah, please. Moving on.
All right, now we have someone. We did mention we're not going to talk professionally, but I think it is only pertinent to mention
She did a
happens
great
to be-
job during Ramadan. Yeah?
Yes, she
Yeah.
happens to be a holistic coach. And I think we had her before and during Ramadan as well to talk about her wellness program. She did launch her program.
Yeah.
She got an immense response on that particular one. And now I think she has a fan following bigger than ours.
Yeah, wow, that's wonderful, and that might be an understatement, but yes, let's go with that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the best part is that she kind of posts messages from her clients as well. So, it's always wonderful to see some good results and
Yeah.
people who actually kind of look up to you as a beacon of hope. And she is a beacon of hope, ladies and gentlemen. We're very lucky that she's actually joined us. In fact, her mother's is over here as well in the
Eid Mubarak,
studios.
auntie.
So, first things first. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by Miss Samar Akhtar. Hello, assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam, Khair Mubarak. First of all, you guys look lovely, mashallah.
Thank
So
you
do
very
you.
much.
Thank
Goes
you.
without saying. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
And I'm doing very well. How are you guys?
Wow, that's wonderful. And since I never get to congratulate Auntie, so Auntie, Eid Mubarak once again. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for joining us. So let's get the conversation started.
I
So
want to, yeah,
You
go.
want to start the
I actually want to
conversation?
start with Zirek over here.
Okay, so let's get
Because
started.
Shahzad, I do remember that the time when we were around her age and height was ages ago, man. So I want to ask how kids
With me,
celebrate.
it wasn't ages ago. But
Of course, I believe you totally. I just want to ask how kids go about celebrating Eid, especially now in the pandemic. How was your Eid?
Actually, it was very simple,
Okay.
and I just watched movies and enjoyed with my family.
Yeah.
I baked also an Oreo cake.
Wow.
Do you
It was
bake?
wonderful,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Oreo
Yeah,
is
I
very
love it.
famous these days.
I get.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me one thing. Did you guys plan on twinning? Do you always want to wear something your mom's wearing?
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Okay, and
And
did you?
it's not the case only with you, but it's the case with her and her mom as well.
Yes,
You know,
we
she
have the
kind
same
of-
choice, but
she
she
kind
doesn't
of-
let me wear what
she
she's
at
wearing.
times kind of sends the same dress which she's wore as well. So this is, I believe that this is a bond on
It's a
a very
mother-daughter
different level
thing,
because
yes.
somebody's wearing it in Multan first. And then it comes down to Islamabad, and then somebody wears it in Islamabad. So nobody gets to know whether they wore the same dress
I know,
twice or
right?
thrice or whenever. Yeah, I think that's the best utility of the dress as well.
Absolutely.
So I want to congratulate Auntie as well that she's finally wearing a dress which you kind of sent to her as well.
Thank you.
Very wonderful as well. But Shafia, what about you? How do you celebrate your Eid? How was your day? The first day of Eid. What did you do? Was there any pressure being a housewife as well, being a mother? Let's go. Let's start.
My first day of Eid, it's what I would like to add here is that since I'm a mother and because of this pandemic, we don't have domestic help as such.
Yes,
So what
that's
I
why I'm
do
saying
is
no.
early in the morning, same way in Ramazan routine, I just got up and then I just cooked breakfast and then Zirek was helping me, of course, and she helps me a lot. And then just the breakfast, and then they got ready, and for namaz and all, and then they got back, and we were home because there wasn't any place to go.
Oh.
So we were just at home, And yeah, kids were watching movies and kids were enjoying, and she was on YouTube and my son was on Netflix.
Aw.
And that's
I
how
have a
to-
funny question
Yeah.
actually. So Shafia runs a childcare center
Yeah.
in Rawalpindi, right? And
Yes.
it's pretty popular among a lot of ladies over here. My question being, because it's Eid and everyone has plans, does it ever happen someone calls you and be like, Shafia, Eid pe mere bachche rakh lo, please, because they want to have fun? Does it happen?
Ask me, Shazad.
Oh, God.
Trust me. What happens is sometimes, they are sick. I mean,
Oh.
it's not necessarily they are leaving their children for the sake of they want to live it.
Okay.
But not on Eid, of course. But a day before Eid, you can say,
Oh.
2 days before Eid, and they're like, okay, we want to do shopping. Not on this Eid particularly because
Okay.
of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But of course, you can say the previous Eid. They were like, oh, okay, why the daycare is shut? Why are you giving us
Oh.
holidays? Please keep our children for at least 2 days and 3 days, and only give us one holiday, and that's Eid holiday. I said, give me a break. I need a break too. I have a family too. Come on, so you know.
Well, where,
It's funny.
I mean, where are these parents? Kaun hai ye log? I mean that we're actually willing to kind of make sure that their kids stay at childcare, and then they kind of do whatever they get to do.
Oh.
Well, that's one. But
I feel bad.
that's not what I wanted to ask. What I wanted to ask from you is,
Okay.
how did this question come across your mind? Do you have a baby at your home?
I don't. I don't. I'll tell you why. So there's a group for all the ladies living in the Twin Cities,
Yeah.
and every other day there's a woman asking if there's a childcare center. So I do think about it a lot because first of all, it is definitely a facility to working women or any woman who chooses to use the
Yeah.
facility. But then I was just thinking there must be people who want to do it on Eid, right?
There must be, man. The global population of Muslims is more than 2 billion, man. Anybody can think of anything.
All right.
Yeah, but what about Eid? Did you get Eid from your husband?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
do you?
Oh,
Really?
yes. I don't leave him like this. I'm
What?
like, you have to give me Eid. And he's like, okay, we have got 2 children, and I'm going to give Eid to my son, and I'm going to give Eid to my daughter.
Yeah.
Why don't you call your father and ask him for Eid? And I said, okay, come on. My father is end of the day going to give me Eid,
Yeah.
and since he's not here, he's in US.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, okay, he's sending me Eid in dollars. So you better give me in rupees. And I make sure I take equivalent to what he sends me.
Wow.
You
That's
see,
great.
this is
You're
I
smart.
deserve, yeah. So I'm like, I'm doing everything for you, so I
I
deserve.
mean, but don't you think that the father's here and the husband somewhere here? So
no.
you can give him a little bit of discount next time, probably.
Yeah.
Oh
Maybe,
no,
maybe. Cut
no,
him
he's
some
a
slack.
businessman, so I shouldn't.
It's one of those wives.
Yeah, no,
But I
yeah.
think that's smart.
This leverage is not be given, I believe.
Wow, that's
I think
wonderful.
that's a smart wife over here. But Summer, is Eid a part of your life still?
Yes, because I think even though we might have the idea that there's so less to do now given the situation, the lockdown and everything, I think that just gives us room to do so much more. So for myself, I decided that I came across this concept called the 4 R's, which is like
Even on Eid, you came up with the concept.
like a
What is
personal
it?
gift
4
for
Rs.
myself. Yeah, 4 R's.
Yeah.
So it was reflect, rejoice, rest, and reset.
Oh.
So reflect on the past month, like whatever went nicely, whatever habits I got to build for myself, whatever didn't go so well. Then rejoice because it's Eid. So like all the efforts that you put for yourself, for your family, you really rejoice on that factor as well. And then rest because if there's someone like me who likes to sleep a lot, so the rest I added myself. I allowed this
Okay.
rest for myself, and then reset. So like have a plan for the next 3 months, 6 months. For generally we have this concept of gifting like different items, so like gifting something to yourself is something that I really wanted to come across this
And
time.
did you book yourself a gift this time?
Yeah, so this concept was the gift,
Oh,
and then,
that's
and then everything from my collection is I just get one for myself first of all, and then I start posting and all of that.
And now I feel like you're the least impressed, Junaid, because I just feel like, yes, of course you're sleepy. But tell me, is this how you usually spend your Eid? Like, because you give off a vibe as if you're not a very outgoing person.
I guess you're primarily you're actually focusing on getting a good shave
Is
every Eid, right?
No?
No.
Not even that? Okay, so what do you do?
I don't really care about shave a lot,
Alright.
to be
but,
honest.
But that's how it looks today. You've got a cha-cha-cha-chan shave.
Special.
Yeah.
Only for the show.
Oh,
Well, I'm an introvert. I don't go out much. So I mostly spend time myself and guitar, music, वगैरह. That's what I do. So this Eid was obviously different because we were not planning to go out anywhere anyways.
all right. While you hold on to that thought, Junaid, because I do want you to think more about it, and adding to that, think about just I don't want to say the sweetest, probably the sweetest or the naughtiest memory you have of Choti Eid ever since you are on this planet as well. Think about it while, let me just say it, we fix your mic. All right, so Shahzad, I have a question for you.
Sure, go
I
ahead.
know you have told this story quite some times now,
Yeah.
but I'm going to change the question.
Yeah.
Now, mashallah, you have some beautiful, beautiful daughters who
Alhamdulillah.
each have different personalities.
Alhamdulillah.
So, which one do you feel like you resonate with most in terms of being excited about Eid and stuff?
I mean, it's different as a father, and it's different because you know, you really have to do justice with the kind of emotions and feelings you share with each and every one of them.
Yes.
And
They're also different, right?
yeah.
So
And now that I've come across this situation where, you know, the eldest has a very different personality, you know, the middle one has a very different personality, and the younger one is just very
Just a
young.
baby.
Yeah, she's just a baby, so she's still figuring out her personality as well.
Aw.
So, you know, with the eldest, obviously, because she get to spend most of the time with her mother, you know, so she's usually against me, you know, on occasions of such sort as well. I mean, only when she'll need something, she'll come to me. He'll be like, hey, you know what, Eidi de de, and then go with their cousins as well. I mean, I believe that, you know, she's as old as Zirik is, mashallah.
No,
So-
Zirik is, oh, but okay.
But yeah, but that's how, I mean, that's my way of letting you know that this
Sorry,
is how
yes,
she is.
I get
and,
it.
And in her mind, you know, she's very wise. You know,
No, I've told
that's
you
what
this.
she thinks. Yeah.
I've told you this. She's so mature for her age, mashallah. I've met her,
Yeah.
and she's literally so mature. Her answers and everything, and I'm like, how can a kid think like that? So I'll tell you. I met this girl, mashallah. She was 6 back when I met her.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? She goes like, do you know what? I already feel like I'm grown up. I feel like I'm 16. I was like, why do you feel that? Anyway, then I was like, what do you want to be? She goes like, I want to be the Queen of England.
My.
I know, right?
Exactly.
Imagine.
Yeah. So you know, she has some different needs as well, and you know,
She's so sweet.
So she wants chudiyan and bangles, and unfortunately, since we couldn't go out, and you know, there was no proper arrangement because of the pandemic. So she wasn't really talking to me till the time I actually had to give her 1,000 or 2,000 in ED as well. With the second child, it's very different. You know, so she's very. She's in love with me, you know,
Aw.
so it's very different. She does not really care where her mother is, and she kind of every single morning when she gets up, you know, out of the bed, so she's still a little sleepy, gets her blanket, then her teddy bear, and then starts walking towards my room and be like, Daddy, I'm sleepy,
I think-
oh no. Yeah, so things like that.
Aw.
And then she kind of wants to spend majority of the time with me as well, and she's very athletic. She wants to run, she wants to be chased. And so I
Nice.
think that, you know, I'm more, she's more like me, or I'm more like her as well. And when you see your reflection in your babies, ladies and gentlemen, that's the best feeling.
Oh, that's
Best
so
feeling
sweet.
ever. Yeah,
That's
but
absolutely so
looking at them wearing those mini shalwar kameez, and then mini kussas, and then, you know, a little bit of jewelry on them as well. It
And
it's
just
a
in
blessing to see.
Eid, they're allowed lipstick, right?
No, they're not allowed.
They're
makeup.
not even?
they're
Oh,
not allowed
okay,
makeup.
okay.
So my eldest one, what she does is that since she's so smart, she actually gets kind of those colored lip glosses.
Ah.
Yeah, and then she gets away with that. And then I'm like, hey, you know what? Kids don't wear lipstick. Oh, this is not lipstick. This is lip gloss. Oh, don't touch me. Things like that.
Well, but Junaid, we know you cannot relate to this at all. But coming back to what we were asking you, do you have some of the, well, sweetest or
But-
naughtiest memories from Eid?
Before you do that, you know, since you earlier mentioned, we were fixing your mic as well, that, you know, you're an introvert. And since Shiza said that, you know, you really do not, you have not come across a situation where you kind of get to see your sons or daughters right now. But do you want to let people in your life? Or, you know,
As
is
in?
there somebody, you know, in
Oh.
your life as of
I'm-
now?
No,
A significant other.
no, not really.
Somebody
But,
you're probably following on Facebook or Twitter. Or
Nobody
and
follows
praising
Because
me
if
on
you're
them.
saying
Facebook
no
or
on
Insta,
TV,
anywhere,
and if
nobody
they
follows.
watch you, they'll be like, you denied man. So you
Yeah,
have to be
yeah,
like,
you have to be careful.
Okay.
100%.
There
No
was
troubles
somebody-
for me.
There was somebody.
Obviously, everybody has someone in their life.
Okay, and then you must have sort of, you know, gotten a lot of inspiration for your songs from them, is it?
Yeah, from time to time, but an artist is always sensitive, you know. They just, it's not necessary that you need to be in a relationship to write a song. You can just observe other people as well, and you can feel the pain sometimes, or you can, you know, think about this different scenarios and everything.
Yeah.
So that's how it works for me.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. So, how was your first day of Eid?
It was good. A bit different from obviously last year. We were not going out much, anyways. Came from namaz and then went back to sleep. because of the sleeping pattern.
Yeah.
And then woke up in the afternoon, and then thoda bahut ghar ki safai.
Something to eat,
it's come
something
to
to
that.
eat probably.
Yeah, sevia and rasmalai. Mama
Wow, Thandi.
my mom makes zabardast rasmalai.
Wow.
So
Well, we didn't know that, otherwise we would have ordered for today.
yeah, next time probably I'll bring. Yeah,
So we
so
still have another day tomorrow.
sure.
I mean, if there's any rasmalai left
Sure,
behind.
if you want, I can obviously get it made, you know,
Obviously,
especially for
free
you
food
guys.
and Pakistani goes together, man, hand in hand. Yeah.
So, and then I cook biryani in the evening.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
a good cook,
Okay.
so I cook
So,
biryani.
biryani with or without aloo?
I
Without.
eat both.
There's
I
no such
don't-
thing as without
No,
aloo. What is
no,
without
no,
aloo?
I
It's my
do
favorite with aloo.
eat without
I
aloo
don't
as
eat
well.
it without aloo.
I don't like aloo.
Some people prefer without aloo, so if my brother doesn't like it. So if he's there, you know,
aloo
then
to
I'll
me.
just make it without aloo. Otherwise, if I'm making it for myself or he's not there, so phir I'll put aloo.
I mean, you always have a choice to, you know, kind of skip on the aloo as well.
Aloo
and
or
then-
not aloo.
Yeah. What do you do? Aloo or no?
With aloo.
With aloo?
Definitely
What
aloo.
about
with
you,
aloo.
Zee?
Wait, Alu.
Oh,
With aloo?
Shafi with
I-
With
aloo.
aloo.
I guess I'm the only one without aloo.
And engineer,
And
I
it's
guess.
with aloo
No,
because
I
of
do eat
Zirik.
with aloo
Oh,
as
he,
well.
he eats with aloo. Yeah. You said something?
I said it's with aloo because of Zirik.
Wow.
She loves to.
Wow, that's wonderful. But, you know, since you can cook so well, we already know that you can sing very well as well.
Yes.
And it's Eid Day too. So
I
are you going to sing something for, you know, a larger audience out there in 46 different countries?
Sure. This song is actually by Salman Ahmed. He wrote it last year.
You're a fan, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
always-
yeah.
Yeah, I am a fan. But the thing is, he wrote it specially for COVID, and I was lucky enough to be a part of the original song.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna play that. But it's a bit hopeful, kind of a song.
Yeah,
So
That's
what
what
we
we
want.
need.
We want to be hopeful. We want people to be full of hope.
नौजवान ये पैगाम तेरे नाम नौजवान तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम नौजवान ये पैगाम तेरे नाम नौजवान तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम अपने दिल में झांक कर इस शोले को पहचान कहाँ खो गया था तू ऐ जवान ये है वो लम्हा जिसका था तुझे इंतजार नौजवान ये पैगाम तेरे नाम नौजवान तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम हर मुश्किल के साथ है आसानी और गम से जुड़ी खुशी हर मुश्किल के साथ है आसानी और गम से जुड़ी खुशी उतार चढ़ाओ अर्श और फर्श है ये खेल की जिंदगी नौजवान ये पैगाम तेरे नाम नौजवान तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम तुझे सलाम
Walaikum assalam, walaikum assalam, walaikum assalam. Wonderful that was. And ladies and
Amazing.
gentlemen, the best part was that this song actually carries a message. And since we're actually going through quite a lot of stress, ladies and gentlemen, and it is because of the fact that it's pandemic out there. So I believe that everybody needs to kind of do not let go of that rope which you're holding, which we call the rope of hope. And moving on, we actually have a very fun segment now.
Absolutely. So here's the thing. We love to put our guests to test, and that is in terms of how smart they are.
Yeah.
No pressure, you guys, okay? No pressure at all. So we're going to do some ridiculous riddles, and that only means that they might or might not make sense.
Yeah.
But you guys have to answer anyway. So I think we're going to start with Summer and then come this way round.
Summer can do it easily, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. So whoever's going to guess the most is actually going to get 5,000 rupees probably next year. Yeah, right? All right. So
We'll make a GoFundMe for you
yeah,
guys.
so let's get started. All right. Are you ready, someone?
Okay, this is a
Yes.
hard one though.
Please.
Yeah?
Sorry?
Rules, please.
Yeah, there are no rules. You just have to guess it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if you don't have the right answer, but it's funny, maybe we'll consider it.
All
Okay.
right. So we'll see. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you sure? It's
Yeah.
this segment, ladies and gentlemen, is actually called Ridiculous Riddles. All right.
Yes.
So let's keeping up with our ridiculousness. All right. The first one is: I am a path situated between high natural masses. Remove my first letter, and you have a path situated between man-made masses. What am I? Oh, it's simple.
But it's very confusing.
Oh,
I
why
guess.
is it so simple? I'm a path situated between high natural masses.
Yeah, just get the first part.
Remove
Okay.
my first letter, and you have a path situated between man-made masses.
You think it's easy because you're seeing it.
No.
Yeah, you have the answer written. Okay, so I'm a path. I think.
Situated high between high natural masses.
Okay.
Remove my first letter, and you have a path situated between man-made masses. What am I?
Remove the first, as in P, of the path. Remove the first letter.
No, okay. Let me, because this is the last chance you're getting.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's just a simple scientific answer. What is it a place you called between two high?
Pahadiyan.
Yeah, what is
Lake.
If it's not water, there are people living within, the circumference of the mountains. What do you call it?
The people living between.
Yeah. So we
Villages.
have a plain land surrounded by mountains. What do we call it?
You know.
Playland surrounded. My mind.
So we have plain land
Okay.
surrounded by mountains, and there's civilization which is living on that land.
Okay.
What do we call it?
A flat land between mountains. What do you call it?
And the funny thing is that I was teaching this up until last year. Flat.
Okay.
Okay, it's alright. I think
I'm just trying.
it's alright.
I wouldn't give her a point because it's so funny. She makes no sense. She's like playground between mountains.
Alright, I think I'm going to move on to Junaid because apparently the kind of looks that Junaid is giving us, he thinks that he knows the answer.
No.
Let's see.
I'm sweating already.
So let's go. It's so simple, yeah. It's so simple.
Valley or
Valley, yes, that's what it is. Wonderful, yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on.
I
Shizad,
like
you want to
Hunza
ask?
Valley. Okay, now I.
Yeah, you get it. You get it.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So this is simple.
But okay, no. I have one more question for Shiza, and that is that this part I didn't get. Remove my first letter, and you have a path situated between man-made masses.
What is an alley? Do you know what an alley
Oh
is?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
If
get
you
that.
remove the V with it,
Yeah.
then yeah, that makes sense. All right, Zirek, I know you're a smart cookie. You must know this. How many months of the year have 28 days?
You're going to get it wrong, bro.
How many months of the year have 28 days?
It's alright.
there-
It's
is
not
there
an
any
exam.
month?
It's not an exam.
Is there
You
a
can-
month which has 28 days?
Yeah.
Which one?
No, you're guiding her wrong. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her.
February? Yes, it's one of the. Okay. Well,
So
I'll
all
give
months
you
month
that.
has got
No,
28
every
days.
month has 28
Every
days.
month has got 28 days. Yeah.
See, at least 28. All of them do. But you were right. Yes.
Yes. Wow,
Specifically,
wonderful.
28 February does.
You get 10 points. You're leaving the table. All right. So, all right. It's
Sweet.
about time that we actually going to ask a question or a riddle from the smartest cookie we have, and she happens to be her mother. So obviously she needs to be more smart. So
Oh,
moving on.
Full on
No.
pressure, huh? Which one? Which one?
Okay.
Don't tell me.
It belongs to you,
Oh, it's nice.
but your friends use it more. What is it?
It belongs to me.
Yeah, and your friends use it more.
Oh my God, where your head must be right now.
Please go
There
ahead.
are many things.
Only one
Okay,
thing. One thing.
one,
thing.
one, one.
Yeah, it's just one thing. Come on, the clock's ticking.
Liz, Junaid, are you Googling?
10,
No, 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 no.
9,
Oh,
8,
no. Okay, what is it? What is it? What is
7.
it? Okay, any hint?
Shafia,
What
you
what
gotta-
belongs to you?
Shafia, you gotta let us know. You know, what is it that which belongs to you and your friends use it more? And I've given you a hint already. Wow.
Yes,
I'm
I
so
know, I
smart.
know.
Wow.
It was subtle.
Your name.
Your name.
It's all right.
And well, that is why we call it ridiculous riddles because well, it is your name, but how often do you call your own name?
Yeah,
Right?
but I was thinking of so many other things. I mean, I was not even
Okay, so
thinking
what
of
were you
But you
thinking
had
about?
to think about the
I was-
most ridiculous thing.
Yeah, what
know
were you
what?
thinking about?
I was thinking
Clothes.
about because I just give everything to my friends. Doesn't matter. They don't need to ask me whether they need my car, whether they need my clothes, whether they
Oh,
need my
that's
shoes.
sweet.
So I was thinking in that particular manner. I was not thinking of this. So very smart.
Yeah, well, that's
I have
wonderful.
learned new things.
So very quickly, because we have to rush for a break as well. So very quickly, Samar, I'm coming back to you. What has hands and a face but can't hold anything or smile?
Okay, what has hands and a face?
And you look at it almost every single day.
What
Quickly.
has- just the first part is very easy. What has hands?
And
a
a
face.
face.
Yeah. So what has hands and a face?
So the clock.
Oh, come on,
Yes!
Siddha, you need to stop cheating, yeah?
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's so unfair. She kind of
What
points.
can I do that my guests are like
She kind
literally
of
so
keeps on
smart?
pointing towards the top.
I was like, Shazad, you know what? We
That's
don't
one.
have
I'm
enough
going to help
time.
Junaid now, okay? So I have a tail and a head. That's not me, okay? But nobody. No. I have a tail and a head, but nobody. What am I?
Oh,
So simple.
oh,
Yeah,
come
I have
on.
a tail and a head. You cannot
See,
even
now
get that.
Shazad.
Coin.
Yes, yes, yes.
No, that was a good hint, though.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what?
No, no. One last. What two things you can never eat for breakfast? Very simple.
Rice.
What's simple? Very simple.
Sorry?
Lunch and dinner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually heading out towards a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back and we'll continue our madness over here on Eid Day 2. Please make sure that you stay tuned with your Wami stylies, with your gulab jamun, with your biryani, with aloo, whatever you
Don't
want.
say. Stay tuned. Good morning.
Good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Eid Mubarak to everyone watching. I don't think Shazad knows we came back because, well, he is in his own zone. Can you hear us?
Yeah, yeah.
We're back.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, these headphones I'm wearing for a surprise. I'm going to put them aside for
Yes.
now. But moving on with our conversation, since it's Eid Day 2, we were very glad that, our entire viewer family is out there as well. And, they're sending in messages. It's fabulous. It's wonderful to know that there are so many people out there sharing their love with us. The outpour, ladies and gentlemen, is somewhere beyond my comprehension.
Oh.
But very quickly, without any further ado, because we need to move on to the other segments as well. So we want to ask you about your fondest memory of your childhood on the first day of Eid or the second day, whatever you want to share. Please go ahead, share it with us.
Who wants to begin?
I
Okay,
start.
go ahead.
My memory is that when my dada was alive, he's no more, and we used to go to our village, and he used to come to get us from Rawalpindi. Of course, we used to live in Rawalpindi.
Okay.
And then we used to go to at his place, and then he insisted, my dad, you have to send them there. And then the very first day, it was our demand, everything, what we want to do, and he is just listening. Okay, go ahead. And it was our cherished time.
So sweet.
And just having fun with Dada, because we know that he's not going to stop us from anything. And then whatever we want to eat, because at our mom's place, she's don't eat this thing, your throat will
Oh,
get
yes.
infected and all
No
that.
sweets.
No sweets and all that. And I had a tonsils problem as well. But when I used to go to my Dada father's place and with Dadi, and she's like, oh, okay, eat everything, whatever you want to. And there were ice creams, and then golgappas especially.
yeah.
You can eat golgappas as much you want to, pakoras, and
With
then
khatti
chutneys.
chutney or meethi chutney?
Khatti
I'm
mithi,
craving
whatever,
everything.
you know. So
Yeah.
we used to have that, and then getting Eidi from Dada Jan, and he used to give us a lot of Eidi. And I remember on one Eid I got a cycle, and at that particular
Wow.
time, nobody
want your
used to
Dada.
ride
I know, I was
cycle.
gonna say.
I want your Dada.
Nobody
It's
used
so
to ride
sweet.
cycle. The girls especially, they were not allowed to go into the streets and drive and ride cycle. But my Dada said, it doesn't matter. If you really want it, I'll get it for you. And he got it for me.
Oh, wow.
And
That's so
I
sweet.
still remember it, and that was a memory I still cherish.
Wow.
And
my
that
God.
is just the sweetest, just listening to it.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like these things do stay with you
Yeah.
for so long,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Zik, what about you? Do you have a very special memory?
Yeah, actually, I love to eat shawarma.
Oh,
and,
okay.
So on when it was Eid, my Tayabu, he brought it from me, and it was almost 2, 3, and I loved it.
Aw.
And
And you finished it all?
yeah,
All by
like
yourself?
1 hour ago.
Okay, so you had a break
So
and
you
then
took
you-
your
Yeah.
time and you're like, hey, you know what? It's not going to be on the Safa Hasti of this planet. But yeah,
cute.
Yeah, that's brilliant. What about you, Mr. Junaid?
It's
Fondest
long, long time ago.
Yeah, probably 3 decades ago.
Yeah, more than that. Oh no, not more than that. Okay. So I was just a couple of years old,
Yeah.
and it was definitely a holiday. It was. I don't think it was a Eid holiday.
Okay.
We were in Oman, so my father had just started the car and put on the AC because it's very hot in
Yeah.
Oman. So he just went to grab something from the house,
And you
and
were in the
I
car.
was there in the car, and actually the door was closed, and it was automatically locked. You know, so
Yeah.
I just locked it. The keys were inside, and I was there.
What were
And
you
my,
doing?
my father came back, and he was like, "Okay, how do we open the door now? It's holiday, and nobody's around." So him and my chacha they brought the torch, and they were doing like this, you know. So I would just touch the button, and just it would unlock, and I thought they were playing with me, and I kept on playing with them, you know? So for 2 hours they were just doing this,
you were
and finally one was standing. As soon as I touched the button, you know, he just opened the door. So
And
that's
then-
how it ended.
And then did you get an opening shot to your
No,
face as well?
no.
Wow.
I want
Okay.
to
Because
add
I was
to
just
if we
2 years
have
old.
time.
Wow. Yeah,
yes,
please.
yes, you want to add something?
Actually, I remember one incident, and it's very important to give one message out there.
Please.
I was in US, and my son was hardly like 5, 6 months old, and my mom was there with me. And I went to inside the store, and my mom was in the car. And unfortunately, what happened that I didn't realize that I did not start the car. I just took the keys out, locked them inside, and went inside the grocery store.
Really?
And when I came back, I was like, when I opened the door, and my mom was like literally fainted, and my son was so upset.
God.
And my mom said, "What did you do to us?"
Oh, God.
It was life threatening.
Right.
And I said, "Mama, why you didn't shout, and why you
Must
didn't
be
lock the
so
door? And you can
traumatic.
open the door, even if it's locked, you can open from inside."
Yeah.
But what happened is when there is something like this, you get so confused. You get so confused that
True.
you don't come to know what to do.
Exactly.
So it's very, very much important that do not lock anybody, any human being
Yeah.
inside the car.
Or even an animal or a pet for
Anyone,
that
or
matter.
anyone, any human or any animal or anything. But if you want to do so, please do not turn off the car. You make sure the ACs are on, and you also give them the safety tips, especially humans.
Wow, that's
Okay.
wonderful.
And
Thank
that's
you
a
very much for
brilliant
giving out
message.
that message. It is very important. I could feel, you know,
Yeah.
how worried you were even while sharing
course.
Yeah.
an incident which was years ago as well. So, Samar, moving on to you, your fondest
Alright.
memory.
Yeah, so here I'm thinking about my fondest memory, and your memory took me back to a traumatic
Junaid.
incident. Yeah,
Okay.
when my parents, we got back from the beach, and they went upstairs, and I was sleeping in the car. So I put the shield over me and I slept, and then so they left and they forgot me in the car. So 2 hours,
They forgot
and
you
then
in the car?
yeah, they forgot me, middle child syndrome.
Same. It happened to me, but I came out of it, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but then they eventually realized at home that I'm not here, and they thought that maybe they left me at the beach. So then
Auntie?
they came down, and they
Hey, what is this behavior? that song.
ये वो वाली बात है, ये तुमसे नहीं हो पाएगा.
So then they came and knocked at the door, and then I was like, and then I woke up and I didn't know that this happened. But anyway, coming back to the fondest memory, I think like we all used to, because we didn't have any relatives back in Kuwait, so we used to go to this like entertainment city with all the rides and all. So my entire family used to sit on the roller coaster. It was a Caterpillar roller coaster, so my dad, mom and my siblings, all of us used to sit there, and that is like my fondest memory. But even though like growing up now, my brothers and dad obviously aren't into it, but my mom still sits. Any chance she gets, she sits with me in the roller coaster and stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And you still want to be in the roller coaster?
Yeah, so recently I visited my brother, but he's like, my back hurts and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna sit alone. I sat on the front of the roller coaster all by myself.
So much fun, so much fun.
Yeah.
That's wonderful as well, and thank you very much, very kind people. Thank you very much for showing up or taking out time on such an auspicious occasion where it's Eid, and obviously everybody's looking forward to meeting their family members. You guys came out, made sure that you're going to celebrate your Eid with us and with all our viewers as well. So thank you very much. We are highly indebted, and yeah, we are glad that you kind of came out, which was wonderful as well. So very quickly, I'm going to actually move on towards Junaid. And Junaid, you'll actually have to head out towards a short break with a song of yours. So can we do that?
My own song.
Yeah, your
any
own
song
song.
should work.
So for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually bidding farewell to all of these amazing guests who took out time. And then after a short break, we'll actually have some new faces over here in the studios. Let's see how do they look like on Eid Day 2. Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
I'm gonna play this song that played to you guys before as well, but it's a song that I've been working on, and it's probably the only happy song I have.
Let's take a listen.
Okay, it's special then. Go ahead.
डरते डरते दमे सहर से तारे कहने लगे कमर से नजारे रहे वही फलक पर हम थक भी गए.
Wow, that's wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading out towards a short break. Don't go anywhere, because when you guys come back, we'll have more of madness over here on PT World, on World This Morning, on special Eid transmission on Eid Day 2. Let's do this. Good morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. For everybody who just got tuned into PT while you're watching World This Morning's special transmission on Eid Day 2. We hope everybody out there is doing wonderfully well and that you're enjoying the festivity alongside the kind of conversation we were having. We have some new faces over here in the studios who are kind of, sharing this moment with us. we're glad. We are highly indebted that they've taken out time. You know, they've left their families behind, made sure that they're going to enjoy with us, which I believe is perfectly well. So without any further ado, Shiza, do you want to introduce them?
No, of course you
Oh,
are
no.
going to introduce
Okay.
them. But the thing is, I feel like while we're talking about how we love bringing these festivities and happiness to you during the pandemic,
Yeah.
they also did something else in the pandemic. They got to, actually they did shoot it before the pandemic, but then they planned for, for it to release
Oh, you're
to
telling
you
them
guys.
already?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
okay.
without giving it away, ladies and gentlemen, we've spoken about this before. This was probably 2-ish weeks ago. A short feature film is coming to your screens. The teaser and the trailer is already out. Bagawat it is called, and I feel like it is about time that we talk to the director along with the main actress, of course.
Exactly. And before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, first things first, we want you to go ahead and take a look at this very amazing Bagawat.
Yes, let's
let's do that. I don't know whether Bagawat can be amazing, but yeah, let's take a look at the trailer.
We'll find
Ladies and
out.
gentlemen, these gentlemen have actually made sure that they're going to put in maximum effort, and the way it looks, it is stunning. And if this Eid you're not doing anything, make sure that you take a look at it. Let's go. Let's take a look.
बिजनेस कैसा चल रहा है आजकल?
You shouldn't have done this.
जिसने भी ये किया है उसको इसके किए की सज़ा ज़रूर मिलनी चाहिए।
राइटर भी उतनी अच्छी है जितनी अच्छी फाइटर है। I need facts. Solid, concrete facts.
मैंने बुलाया था, मैं किसने कहा कि मैंने बुलाया था?
किसी के दर्द को अपना बना लेना और उसकी तकलीफ को दूर करने के लिए सर तन की बाजी लगा देना।
This literally looks very promising, ladies and gentlemen. From the
Crazy.
looks of it, I believe that, I really want to watch this movie as well, ladies and gentlemen. We're very lucky that we've been actually joined by the cast and the people behind this entire film. We're very lucky that we've been actually joined by the CEO, the director of the film Bagawat as well, the CEO of Blue Winds Motion Picture as well. He is the one and only Mr. Abdul Allah. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak. How are you?
Eid Mubarak, walaikum salam. I'm good. How are you?
Absolutely
Doing
perfect. Thank you
great,
very much for
alhamdulillah.
joining us. The trailer looks wonderfully well. The
Lovely.
film looks action-packed, and you have so many household names in it as well
Mashallah.
of PTV world. So I believe that everybody's kind of looking forward towards the film as well.
Yes, but one thing I do love about it is that we don't have to wait to go to theaters anymore, right?
Yeah.
It is digitally released.
Yes.
Yes.
Let us know about it. Did you guys do it yesterday?
Yeah, the trailer has been released yesterday.
Okay.
And we have got an amazing response, mashallah.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
So let's just talk to the people who were on screen, because this is the face behind the camera as well,
course,
right?
of course.
So ladies and gentlemen, this person happens to be, first of all, okay, do you want to do the intro? I think he's too
I'll
excited
do the
about
introduction,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, because he happens to be one of our very dearest colleagues as well. Got Bilori Akira, and he truly deserves to be a film star as well. The way he speaks, the way he commands his vocals.
He's an artist.
I mean, it will be a treat to watch him on the screen as well, ladies and gentlemen. He happens to be a news anchor over here. He does a lot of programs. He has another day job as well. He is Mr. Ehsan Haqqani. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak to you too as well, and it's wonderful to be here on your show on Eid, man.
Thank you
And
very
to
much
be
for
up so
joining us.
early, right?
To be up so early, I'm not accustomed to
Getting up
waking
early?
up so early, but
Yeah.
I see you guys waking up earlier in the morning and making an effort to actually come over here, and it's a big deed, I guess.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us. And alongside Ehsan, ladies and gentlemen, is somebody who Ehsan actually wanted to play in the first place, but he couldn't. He is actually the lead actor of the film Bagawat. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by Mr. Faisal over here in the studios. Hello, assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Eid Mubarak to you guys as well.
Okay, Mubarak.
Wonderful, mashallah.
Thank you very much for joining us. You do not look that happy as Allah looks and or as happy as Ehsan looks. So what's
Yeah,
did
it's
they say
like-
something to you on the way?
No, that's not the case. That we're like pretty busy in the promotions and all the
Mashallah.
stuff that's going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's what you call star live. Eid Mubarak. So he's kind of
Mashallah.
forgotten about Eid. He's like, let's go towards promotions. And it is fantastic to be on promotions. You have so many people shouting your name out, and everybody wants a selfie with you, autograph and whatnot. I don't know how Ehsan might be feeling as of now because people ask for selfies from the lead actors. But it's all right, man. You've done a great job. We would love to ask about your character, but very quickly, let me introduce my last guest. I know he's got something in his mind, but yeah, we'll come back to this.
He has a comeback.
So, ladies and gentlemen, last but not the least, this gentleman has been a regular on the show. He's a great entertainer. He's a great musician. And every time he sings, he kind of reminds us about Junaid Jamshed as well. Ladies and
He is
gentlemen,
amazing.
he is Mr. Shiraz Toor. Hello, assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak.
Walaikum assalam, Eid Mubarak to you too as well. How are you?
Absolutely perfect, and thank you very much for joining us. And before we have any kind of conversation, we're very sorry, but we're going to play a game, okay?
Oh!
Yeah. So, and you know, the conversation comes after this wonderful game.
You know what? I feel like this is Shahzad's favorite. Every other show he recommends this, and I love it too. It's so much fun.
So what we're going to do is
Can you tell the rules?
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, the name of the game is Chinese Whisper, but with headphones on. So we're going to play music in their headphones, and all of these people cannot actually listen to what we are saying, and they actually have to guess it. That you know about what are we saying. So if they can guess it, they're actually going to get 10,000 rupees next year. Yeah, so let's do that. So Abdullah, without any further ado, we're going to move on to you as well. Just let me know if you can listen to the music.
Should we make teams though?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do half-half, okay?
All right. So
Ehsan and Abdullah, you're a team. Sure. And then Faisal and Shiraz, you're a team.
Okay.
We're going to tell you a phrase and he has to guess
No,
it.
no, no, no. We will tell the phrase. They cannot tell the phrase now because we have the phrases,
fine,
right?
fine. Sorry, fine. We'll say it.
Okay.
Go
so
ahead.
wear them.
Yeah, he's
But you have to guess it, okay? You have to guess it.
So basically, you guys are playing
You have to
dumb
guess it.
charades.
Okay.
It's sort of dumb charades with the headphones on. And
No, but in dumb shit,
No,
you have
we're
to
going to
act
say
now.
it. We're going to lip
You
sync.
just have to. Yeah. So can you listen?
Yeah, right now,
The music is on.
yeah.
you guys aren't
Okay.
going to act it out? Or,
No,
or
no, no,
like,
just
No, no,
say
no,
it.
no,
don't
no,
ask
no.
us to act it out?
No,
Read
no,
the
no, no.
lips.
That's it?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Because it's going to be, you'll find out.
Okay, the first
All
one.
right.
Easy cheesy. Easy cheesy. Easy cheesy.
Open up, Shahzad. You can open up wide.
I think,
Easy cheesy.
no, that's not even how you say it.
How about you say it, Shahzad?
Cheesy.
Something easy,
Yeah, close enough. Go ahead.
Easy cheesy.
cheesy.
Yeah,
Easy
yeah,
cheesy.
yeah. That's a good one.
Oh,
That's a
that
good
is
one.
amazing.
One point to you. Number two. The
Okay.
music is on, right? Yeah.
Probably.
I think it's on.
Creaky freaky.
I think they're easy,
Creaky,
Shahzad.
Creaky freaky. Freaky.
Weird stuff.
No? Guess it. Try guessing. Creaky freaky.
The second part I know is something freaky.
Yeah. The first part is creaky. Creaky. Creaky.
Creaky freaky.
Yeah, you got it. Let's move on to Ehsan now. It's Ehsan's
All
turn.
right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to give you the phrases.
Okay. You need to open up wide.
I'll try.
It was
I'll
loud,
try.
man.
Gana chal raha hai?
Yeah,
The
okay.
music was loud.
That's the point.
Yeah, all good.
Good?
Yeah.
I love Beyonce.
I love Beyonce.
I think it was so
Is the
easy.
music, is the music
Am I
on?
good
The
with...
music isn't on, right?
Oh, yeah, that's cheating.
I mean, hang on. I can act it out.
No,
I mean,
but you
obviously.
should have mentioned...
Even with you, the music wasn't on. Yeah.
Okay, it's on now. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, good.
Yes, now the music is
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
Shahzad. All right, so I'm going to give you one more. I slay and you don't. I slay and you don't.
How many phrases are there?
I slay and you don't.
I sell eggs. What?
Yes, and yes.
And milk as well.
I
sell.
okay.
Go ahead.
And
Eggs.
you
Two.
don't.
What was the last one?
Don't.
I think it's a bit long. You know?
I sell eggs to roosters.
Can you take it off? Can you take it off?
Can I take it off now?
All right. So, as an
Are you selling eggs to roosters?
You know what I said? It's so funny. I said, I slay and you don't.
Oh, okay.
But you were not even
I mean, how
close.
can you sell eggs to roosters? Yeah.
I mean, I was
Get the
getting
Gharka
acknowledgement
product.
from her saying yes,
Yeah.
yes,
But
yes.
But that's the
yes.
game. But that's
Okay.
the game.
Yeah. Okay, one more.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you do it.
Is the music on?
Yeah, seems to be.
I ate
Yeah.
your sister's pancakes. I ate your sister's pancakes.
Dude, this is so difficult.
I
But that's the game, huh?
ate your sister's pancakes.
I had two
I ate your sister's pancakes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I ate.
He made that.
Yeah, your.
Don't
2 eggs. What the? What
He's hooked on eggs. He's hooked on eggs.
Why eggs?
Yeah. Take them off. Take them off.
Yeah.
I ate your sister's pancakes.
Okay.
Well, it's all right. Let's move on to Faisal very quickly. Yeah.
I think I'm going to be a terrible person for
Okay,
that.
we'll give you short ones, okay?
Yeah, sure.
We're just giving a hard time
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
know him.
That was intentional, probably. Yeah,
It
I
was.
know.
And he was cheating. You know, so -2.
I
The music wasn't on.
Yeah, probably.
That's not nice. All right.
Yeah.
Ready?
Either way, we get
You
two
go
points.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so I'm going okay. All right, so.
Which one?
Okay.
They're all so funny. We have to pick and choose.
Do you want some cheese?
Again?
Do you want some cheese? Guess. Do you want some cheese?
Tum?
Yeah?
You?
Yeah. Want some cheese?
You seems cool?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I think I'm going to change it. Okay, listen to this one. Pantra.
So it's very difficult for me, to be honest.
Toba. Pantra.
It's like
Pantra.
Pantara.
Patram, Bagawat. Okay. I
Okay,
told
you
you
can take
I'm
them
gonna
off.
be
You
a
can take
terrible
them
person
off.
for that.
You can take them off.
Well-
But there were two. Do you want some cheese? And the second one was Pandra.
Oh, Andhra.
Yeah, it's alright. But let's move on to Shiraz. Let's see what Shiraz has in the box for all of us. But try guessing, okay?
It might have been a little easier since we know each other from the movie, and we could have acted, and the other person in our team could have guessed.
Yeah, that's a good
'Cause you guys
recommendation.
don't
But
open
you
your
should
mouths
do
enough.
this on your show, okay?
I was literally going to say thank you for saying
Yeah.
that, Shazad. Okay, ready? Ready?
Yes,
Is the
I'm
mu-
ready.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Stop poking me with your pen.
Sorry?
Stop poking me with your pen.
Again.
Stop poking me with your pen.
Stop.
Poking me with your pen.
Okay. It's a difficult one.
4
words. Okay.
Stop poking me with your pen.
Stop calling.
Yeah. With your pen.
Go ahead.
Stop poking me with your pen. Stop poking me with your pen.
Stop calling me.
Yeah. And call somebody else.
It's all right.
It's all right. We're
It's
moving
a
on
hard
to
All
the
I
next
could hear
one.
is music. All I could actually hear.
Yeah, it's all right. That's what you're supposed to hear. Yeah, please go on.
I'll do Urdu, okay?
Okay, do Urdu.
मुझे ईदी चाहिए.
Sorry?
मुझे ईदी
He
चाहिए.
probably isn't listening to it intentionally.
3 words?
Yeah. मुझे
Okay, 3 words.
ईदी चाहिए है कल भी आज भी परसों भी.
Okay. Is it in Urdu or English?
Urdu.
Okay, Urdu. मुझे
ईदी
ईदी
चाहिए.
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 Okay,
yeah,
I think that
they
was
got
so
it.
Finally.
They got it.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
I would want my headphones back, please.
Sure.
All right, while we do get them back and think about the other game.
This
we
is
try
our
that
Eid.
for you?
Thank you, Shazad. Shazad has been really gracious, ladies and gentlemen. This belongs to us now.
Bro,
I believe they're branded. Yeah, these are really nice.
I'm going to
headphones.
tell you something and you're going to actually throw them away as well, so I'm not going to tell it, what you say right
So
now.
I think you have to throw them already.
You know, the place where they come from, you know, you're not even supposed to wear them on your ears.
Okay, anyway, I think we should move on with the release of your
Whatever floats your
mashallah.
boat, whatever makes you happy, this isn't coming back.
With the release of your picture, mashallah. First things first, you are definitely the director. You said you had a part to play in the story writing, but who originally created the script and the story itself?
The story was originally created by Ruhina Sayyed.
Okay.
She's my wife
Yes.
as well. So me and Ruhina, we did all the work on the script and the story of the film.
Is she happy with how it came out?
Well, writers are not usually happy with what they see on
They
screen.
always want more.
Yeah, because we had to add and subtract a few things because she works as a writer primarily. So for the screen, we had to add and subtract a few things. So she's happy by seeing her work on screen, but in some cases she was like, this could have been done.
Oh.
Why did you change this to that? So yeah.
And this is I understand that this is your first feature short film project. Do you guys want to be sort of continuing it? Should we expect more films coming from Blue Veins?
Of course. We have 2 more in pipeline. Completely different genres.
Brilliant.
One is an action thriller based on the military side. The other one is highlighting a very dire social issue.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and it's wonderful how you actually kind of reminded us of your wife once again, because 2 weeks ago when you were actually over here and we were talking about behind the scenes and everything, you kind of missed out on her name. And today you purposely told us that we are supposed to ask this question so that we can take her name.
No,
as well.
you did give the credit. I think we have to mention.
But credit is due where it's due, ladies and gentlemen,
Definitely.
because we personally, our team has actually worked with her as well. And she kind of gets very angry if you actually miss out something from her script. This is one thing,
Professionalism, I tell you.
And she's literally very professional. She always does a great job as well. And the way she does it is something which everybody needs to admire, and which is why I'm actually more inclined towards watching the film as well. It's not because of Abdulwala. Obviously, he's a great director. He's worked with us as well, with our Ramzan transmissions and promos. He does a wonderful job.
Yes.
But when two professions, ladies and gentlemen, meet up, obviously they're going to do a wonderful thing. But what I cannot get my head around is, imagine ghar ke masle and then film ke masle. Masle hi masle.
And also they just had a baby as well, mashallah.
Mashallah.
So, well...
Not coming slow, wow.
But I think, Rohina, if you're watching, I'd like to let you know that I miss your work and I could really use some professionalism in my team as well.
Wow.
Okay, so now, Ehsan and Faisal. You guys were the face of this, so you have launched the trailer already. What kind of attention were you getting? How were you enjoying it? And then let me know what you feel. Do you feel like you're on the same page as Pakistani film industry is? Or is this some kind of different work? Ehsan, beginning with you?
I'll start off with the comfort level.
Okay.
You start off with a team that's great, that's gelled together and understands you. And then you start off, picking up your roles. And when you get that special vibe from the director saying, okay, go ahead, whatever makes you comfortable, make changes in the script.
Oh.
You need to deliver.
So much fun.
So yeah, it's amazing when you can understand the whole script and make changes according to your own, characteristics and persona, and then deliver. And then actually you feel a burst of energy coming out, and then you feel accomplished when your director is happy, right? So I think I played an amazing role, and people are going to see that. And starting off with I mean, we all were new to the set, right? It was first time for Faisal, sort of first time for me. I mean, I've been on the screen, but...
You're an old rice, bro.
I know, I started off with music and then went on to radio, then television, and it's a transition, but it's like you're never chained to your true potential. There's always space to grow. So explore your avenues, and there is so much you can do. Wear different hats.
But
Ehsan, how did your family receive it? Are they really excited about it?
I don't know whether they're even happy about you working for television. That's something I wanted to ask.
Don't you do it already? You do it already?
No, I mean, I do it already. It's sort of a routine thing for them now. I mean, but they're always expecting something new from me, so it's kind of okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be exploring more avenues too. So and I think everybody should.
I mean, you've done a fair.
You have great potential. When I talk about changing your hats, it's like the God Almighty has given you so many talents.
Absolutely.
You need to explore things.
Exactly.
And that is life, right? I mean, how can you just stick to one thing?
And 50% of the work is done when you make sure you're there.
Exactly.
So always be there on time. Never be late.
Wow, this is the Ehsan Haqqani we've never met, okay, you guys? So this is exclusively for you on Eid. But all right, moving on, Faisal, your experience with the launch and, with the response from the fans.
Yeah, for me, it may sound a little like mature and a very emotional person, for the films, but being a filmmaker, it was very important for me that, I get the kind of experience I need because it was my first time. But I think starting off with the writer, as you just mentioned, that how much important a role a writer plays. I think our industry still need a lot of writers, and appreciating them, especially like this, is very important. And our industry is still like a baby is maturing. We gave a lot of opportunities to the films who are more story driven, but now it's the time we're trying to do experiments with the action, with the fictions, and it was one of the baby steps for that.
And
So
I
for
think
me,
it's brilliant.
yeah. So for me, it was great experience. The character arc was really beautiful.
And I mean, on his behalf, I'd like to say that the whole team performed to the best of their abilities. I mean, there is always margin for improvement, but when we sit down and see ourselves, we're always critical, right?
Yeah.
But when other people go ahead and see what we've done on screen, people who haven't watched it yet, they're going to watch it. But the critics that we made a lot of critics watch it. So they had a positive review to it.
Okay.
I mean, for a first timer, like Ala coming in, making a feature film, I mean, I think people are going to appreciate it. And it's going to go on several forums. I think.
Especially in the resources that we had. The limited resources that we had and the thing we pulled out of that just by the sheer will. That yes, we're going to do it. We're going to accomplish it. We don't care about how long.
I don't get it. You know, you talk about limited resources, and then you see
blowing up cars,
a car being blown up, and that massive action which is taking place, and then by the end of the day, you're like, we had limited resources.
I mean, come to think of it, we haven't been paid yet.
You are never gonna find a filmmaker who's like gonna be okay with the budget. It's gonna be there for forever,
That's actually the magic, that you don't realize that it was a limited budget thing, a limited resource thing, but it was. So that's the magic, and that's our success, that you don't see it.
Which is great. I feel like that is the art of it all, right?
No, but I want to say one more thing, because I think Faisal hit the nail on the head by saying that it's always going to be there, that resources ka bada masla hai. Every time anybody is going to contact you, I think the first thing they tell you is, budget bahut low hai yaar, budget bahut low.
That's what I heard.
Okay, but you guys, just one thing though, because you were the crew of this entire thing that you made up. So what I'm going to do is, we have an audience representation. Shiraz, other than being a musician, of course, he's going to receive your content as well.
Exactly.
So you've seen the trailer. You don't have to be nice to them. Okay. Just let us know where you think Pakistani film industry is going, in what direction, and how did you like this? What do you expect from it?
I've been actually watching a lot of feature films being there on social media during this pandemic.
Okay.
So there have been a lot of concepts, a lot of new writers have popped up during this pandemic. But as a viewer, I loved it. Like being in Pakistan and watching, like as you mentioned, car blowing up and massive action. So I loved it, and particularly the title. I'm actually kind of the Bagawat guy.
Yeah, are you
so
gonna watch?
I loved it.
Oh, so you know what? I'm just gonna fix a business over here, and maybe I'll get my cut. He's a good singer. Hire him next time.
Definitely.
Yeah,
all right, so maybe we can
do our soundtracks and stuff.
Let's hear something, Shiraz.
And this is how we meet up as well. But very quickly, Shiraz, before you actually kind of sing us a beautiful song, what we wanted to know was, how was your Eid? Yeah.
And do you still get Eid?
We recently launched our single. On the first day of Eid. It's not like that happy tone song.
Yes.
But
is it a sad love song?
No, it's not sad love song. It's basically
but
based
he is
on
in love, I'm telling you that.
He's in love with his guitar.
Always mention
That's
this.
my experience.
I still remember, even on the last Eid when I was singing a happy romantic song, you still mentioned that I'm in love.
Bro, you are in love. I'm telling you,
mostly, you know what happens?
Yeah.
Talent comes in, and most of the Pakistani singers, the whole talent thing erupts like anything after a breakup. No, after a breakup.
I mean,
mostly it's most of the time you go towards the instruments when you don't have.
I think it hasn't got it this time.
Okay. But very quickly, before you actually do this, we actually are going to wrap it up as well, so that we can lead out with a beautiful song of yours.
And one last message from all.
No, we do not want a message.
We'll do it
we're
on
not
your
a conventional
behalf,
show. We
don't
do
worry.
messages. Okay. Yeah, we don't do messages, but we want to congratulate you for the kind of hard work you guys have put in, and every single day, people like you, when they're contributing towards cinema, may it be a digital release as well. We want to wish you best of luck for your future endeavors. And you've actually started your film career now, finally, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So obviously we want you to be in more and more films for you.
One more is in the pipeline.
MashaAllah. Well, that's great. Obviously, when the director is sitting right next to you, there's going to be 2 more in the pipeline. That's what the director said. So you probably need to think about it.
Yeah. Probably 3 more. Probably 3 more, 2 with him and 1 with another director.
MashaAllah.
And one more thing. The coronavirus SOPs.
Yeah.
need to mention them as well.
Yeah, thank you for
we
wearing
did in
a
the
mask
first
today.
segment, Essen.
Yeah. So,
but yes, you guys, thank you
yeah,
so
well,
much.
heal the world, make it a better place for
Yes,
you
exactly.
and me and the entire human race.
Definitely, and we do gather that maybe after this you are going for another promotion on another show as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, best of luck with that. And
It's a busy Eid.
That's how we
Yeah.
spend our Eid.
Yeah.
And very quickly, you know, because
Star life.
because that's not what we wanted to come across like. But yeah, you know, if there was anything which you thought was offensive, we're very sorry for that. But we were just celebrating
No,
Eid
it's all good.
with a bunch of our colleagues as well. Thank you very much once again. Best of luck.
Pleasure.
And
You're
to
not
your
getting
wife
this
as
back
well.
anyway, so.
You know, best of luck as well. I mean, if I'm not going to get these back, you know, there's something I'll have to take yours as well, which I have in mind already.
Be my guest.
Yeah, but for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you remember all of those people who've lost their lives to this pandemic.
Yeah.
Not just all of these people, for all of those people who have sacrificed their lives for this motherland, all of those people who are not around their families. Consider us your family. We had a great day and we look forward to having a great day. Make sure what Essen did, that we do that as well, that we heal together and we believe in healing together as well.
And I think it is only pertinent to mention over here now that we are closing. Other than the pandemic, Shahzad, a lot of people have had it harder at life for so many reasons. So while we are praying for all the people who are going through the pandemic in a bad way, let's also pray for the ones who are under occupation, not only in, well, our neighboring region as well, but all over the world.
Yeah.
It is not just coronavirus that have held them captive. They have been captive for so many years, especially our Muslim brethren from, yes, Kashmir, yes,
Exactly.
Syria, from Palestine, all of them, and any single person who's bedridden right now who can't be with the family members, you did already mention,
Yeah.
or due to their jobs you can't be with your family. Well, Eid Mubarak to you first of all. We really, really hope that you're going to have an amazing, amazing festivity with us, because we will be with you, and throughout the day actually PTV World is going to be airing special transmissions
True.
just for you.
Amazing. Shiraz, take it away, please. Eid Mubarak, guys.
Okay, so this was a song I released yesterday. रात के गुजरे कई पहर बनके नया कहर तू बरसा है मेरे ख्यालों पर बात में अब वो कशिश नहीं रोके मुझे जो चलने से मेरी राहों पर आओ कभी मेरे नगर देखो मेरे अंदर मचा है तूफान
Wow.
Mubarak!
So we'll do it together,
Zabardast, man. You've made this
Yeah,
whole
so-
Eid thing amazing. I mean,
So
I love the track. Love the track. Love the
Yes, and we're
vocals.
going to do it together. We're going to actually say Eid Mubarak to everybody out there. So, you know, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 and all of us say Eid Mubarak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Out loud.
Yeah.
All right.
Aye.
And yeah, the song was wonderful, beautiful, and you did
Amazing.
justice.
Thank
with
you.
your
Yeah,
talent
Chuparu.
as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's do
I mean,
it.
Such an amazing
Yeah,
voice.
let's do it. Are you ready, Asan?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Eid Mubarak!